Let's make a sculpture of the magic conch shell from SpongeBob out of this trinket dish I found at a yard sale. First thing that's bothering me, this opening here is way too wide. I would like to try to figure out a way I can kind of cut off some of this lip over here. But because this is a ceramic dish, that's going to be almost impossible. So instead, I'm going to try to break it off. It's not going to give me a precise clean break or anything, but I mean, if I break too much off, I can just fill it back in with clay or something. It'll be fine. So I wrapped it up in a t-shirt here so we don't make a huge mess. That did absolutely nothing. Okay. Ooh. No going back now. This isn't working. I just need this one little piece cut off. I can glue all this back together. I just need this one part. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, crash out's over. I went ahead and just kept chopping up the pieces until they were the size that I needed, glue them all back together, and this is what we're looking like. So now I'm going in with some epoxy sculpt here to build back up the side to help it look more like the shape of the magic conch shell. Here it is the next morning. It looks so much better. I do want to add a bit more clay in some spots, but before we go any further, I do want to add a little bit of this poly burlap mesh to kind of look like the texture of the speaker. I ended up just cutting out a piece to glue onto a piece of cardboard and then attaching that to the shell. And then I'm just gonna go over all the edges with some more clay. But now we're gonna start working on the little pull string, which I'm gonna make out of this clip and a shoelace. And I know when the magic conch shell is in like its resting position or whatever, you don't necessarily see the string, but I just think it'll look cuter like this. So I cut off the bottom part of the clip to just leave us with the rounded part that I then glued to one end of the shoelace. Then I added some more clay to hold it all together and build up the shape, and then sanded it all down. And then we just go in with some white paint. Speaking of, the clay on our conch shell is all dry and sanded as smooth as I could get it, so now we can finally give it some paint as well. Now we're going to go in with the purple for our base color. And now I'm going to go in with some different colors to add the highlights, which I've been dreading since I first started this project. I hate blending paint. Now we're going to go in with some outlines, seal everything up with some Mod Podge, attach the pull string, and here it is, our magic conch shell all finished. Now I did put the Mod Podge on a bit too heavy last night, so it's still not done drying in some spots, but look how cute it is! Look at the blending on the paint, especially on the back. Look at the back. I'm so proud of myself. I think it's a bit too heavy for this turntable, but here's a very careful 360. And I know there's going to be some people upset that I didn't make this a functional magic conch shell, but doing that would just be way beyond my skill set. Does that keep me from being able to call myself an official club member? Possibly, but I still think it's pretty cute regardless.